top 14 biggest prehistoric creatures ever. Number 14, Gigantopithecus blacki. The smallest creature on our list is the largest known primate of all time. Sorry folks, but humanity and our relations come in dead last here. Even tiny number 14 is plenty big though. Imagine a gorilla blown up about 500% bigger than you're used to. These things could grow up to 10 feet tall and weigh over a ton. Think Bigfoot, but for real. Pick one of these things off and it could quite literally snap you in half like a twig. Number 13, Megalani prisca. Everyone has seen Komodo dragons before. While impressive, they aren't necessarily very scary. Their prehistoric ancestors, however, are the largest terrestrial lizards ever to have lived. Megalania might spook you out a little bit more though. They were about the same size and weight as a 25-foot family motorboat, could outrun all the fastest animals in short bursts of speed, and had an insatiable taste for meat, with smaller creatures regularly becoming its prey. Number 12, Megalosaurus gigantus. The prehistoric Irish elk has some of the craziest antlers you've ever seen. They look like a pair of airplane wings sprouted from this thing's head, and at a spread of over 12 feet from tip to tip, these things are actually larger than the wingspan of many of the biggest birds of prey you see today, like eagles and hawks. These suckers weigh almost 100 pounds each, with the animal itself weighing in a ton and a half, the size of a small car or vehicle, and enough meat on the hoof to keep a single hunter and his family fed for almost an entire winter. Number 11, Titanoboa coegenesis. If Samuel L. Jackson had to contend with one of these suckers, his flight probably would have ended quite differently. The Titanoboas are simply the biggest, longest, heaviest, and deadliest snakes ever known to mankind. They are longer than a city bus and were essentially one solid piece of muscle, the same weight as a luxury sedan, capable of wrestling and constricting prey more than 5 tons larger than it without breaking a sweat. Plus, it has one of the coolest names ever. Number 10, Yosefhartigasi monesi. Everyone has seen a girl jump on a chair at the sight of a mouse or a rat. Now imagine what they might do if that mouse was over 10 feet long, weighed more than 3,000 pounds, and had fangs more than a foot long, along with a taste for flesh. Animals adopt to the times they live in, and for mice to survive in an environment filled with carnivorous kangaroos, saber-toothed tigers, terror birds, and other such lively critters, they had to beef up a bit, resulting in the largest known rodent of all time. Number 9, Arctotherium angustindens. What comes to mind when you think of the largest carnivorous land mammal ever known to science? Did you guess gigantic 12-foot tall bear that weighs about as much as a pickup truck? If not, then guess again. While technically omnivorous, the South American short-faced bear preferred a diet of mainly meat, and could easily demolish packs of lions and saber-toothed tigers in fights in order to dominate their local hunting area. Their 6-inch long claws could puncture hardened steel, and their jaw strength was enough to shatter bone like butter. Number 8, Camelus morelli. Most of us have ridden a camel at some point at a zoo or a fair. They are big animals, but certainly nothing special. To put things in perspective, their prehistoric ancestor called the Syrian camel was about as tall as a 2-story house. These things were some of the toughest creatures in existence, completely optimized for living in a land of little water and scarce resources, while still packing the muscle of a miniature tank. Number 7, the hippopotamus gorgops. The average person thinks hippos are cute and cuddly. They are probably not aware that they are considered the most dangerous animal in Africa, causing several thousand deaths per year, more than lions or anything else for that matter. Today's hippos maim boatmen, kill cows, and destroy rice fields with ease. Their prehistoric ancestors gorgops retain their lovely, easily agitated and aggressive behavior, and supplemented with a 14-foot long body, able to produce incredible force and weighing in at nearly 10,000 pounds, capable of pulverizing reinforced concrete. Number 6, Megatherium americanum. Today we have lovable 3-toed tree sloths, famous for being the slowest animals of all time. In prehistoric South America, they had Megatherium, which was about the size of a modern-day African bush elephant. Despite their awe-inspiring size, these creatures were herbivores, capable of digging up and consuming entire trees in a single meal. Most scientists today believe the rise of tool-using human hunters to be responsible for their species' eventual extinction. Number 5. Sarcosuchus imperator and Phaseolus tenax. Crocodiles are definitely no joke. They almost always occupy a spot on the finalist list when it comes to the world's deadliest animals. They haven't had to evolve much in hundreds of millions of years, and it shows they are already near perfect killing machines. At almost 40 feet long and weighing in at 18,000 pounds, these creatures were more than twice the size of their modern cousins, with appetites to match. These critters have the dubious honor of being known as the largest non-dinosaur land predator ever discovered. Were they alive today, one could likely eat you along with your vehicle in just a couple of giant bites. Number 4. Quetzalcoatlus northropi. Named after the famous flying serpent god of South American mythology, this is the largest known flying animal of all time. It only weighed 300 pounds due to the delicate bone structure necessary to fly, but its wingspan could exceed 40 feet in length. There is no question whatsoever that this particular breed of pterodactyl absolutely ruled the prehistoric skies of our planet. Number 3. Spinosaurus aegyptiacus. Step aside T-Rex and Gigantosaur, there's a new challenge for the title of deadliest dino, called Spinosaurus. These critters are built a little differently than you're probably thinking. Instead of standing upright with shriveled little forearms, it lay low to the ground and had an appearance and built similar to a massive crocodile or alligator. Capable of running more than 20 miles per hour, these 20,000-pound death machines grew to almost 50 feet in length and were capable of defeating nearly any other creature of the time in a bloody claw-to-fang combat, before feasting upon it, obviously. Number 2. Paleolexodon nemandicus. The largest known land mammal of all time is the Asian straight-tusked elephant, capable of quite literally rubbing shoulders with the largest dinos of the day, standing 16 feet tall and weighing in at just under 50,000 pounds. This beast weighed as much as a train car. In order to stay well nourished, these behemoths needed to spend nearly 20 hours every day foraging in order to consume the almost 1,500 pounds of sustenance they required daily. That's about the same weight as a modern cow or a concrete grand piano. Finishing our top 14 is number 1, Dreadnoughtus sorani. There is actually quite a mystery surrounding the issue of which creature deserves the number 1 spot on our list. According to most scientists, the honor currently goes to the appropriately named Dreadnoughtus. We've got a relatively complete skeleton of this juggernaut, and weighing in at approximately 85,000 pounds, he's definitely in the running for largest land animal of all time. However, that isn't the end of the story. You see, in the 1870s, scientists discovered, sketched, and reported on a series of bones that, if their statements were accurate anyways, dwarfed all other known megadinos ever discovered before or since. According to the estimates, the animal could have weighed 250,000 pounds or more. However, the original fossils can no longer be located, nor have any others ever been found. Foul play on the part of scientists looking to build a reputation for themselves, or simply a few math and transcription errors in their research efforts. The world may never know.